สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Be My Guest, the program that keeps you updated on successful businesses in Thailand. I'm Sorosha Damrongtuisa. Currently, I'm at the Mitiwet Hospital, one of the successful hospitals in Thailand. And are you wondering who are the best service providers that provide a very good service to customers and clients or even patients here? In this episode to Be My Guest, we are talking to Mr. Arnaud, the country manager of Sodexo Thailand, which has been launched to provide quality of life services that help improve clients' performance and development. So right now we're with Mr. Arnaud Bialecki, the country manager of Sodexo Thailand. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
So first of all, as you are one of the foreigners who come to be my guest, so could you introduce yourself a bit to the viewers?
Well, I'm French. I graduated in France and did all my studies over there. And then right after finishing my studies, I graduated as an engineer. And right after finishing my studies, I moved to Thailand to work. That was 19 years ago. And I've never been back working in France anymore since then. So I've been working all my life in Thailand, which means I'm actually not exactly 100% French anymore. I'm actually, in my way of working, I'm more Thai than French.
Okay. And throughout these 19 years, what have you learned about, Thais or how to work with Thais?
I think the first thing that I've learned is that it was up to me to adapt myself to the country rather than asking the people in the country to adapt themselves to me. So the first thing I did when I arrived in Thailand was to learn Thai. So I bought a book, I bought some lessons, and I started learning by myself every day, bit by bit. And I think I wanted to be able to not just communicate basically to ask my way around, but also I wanted to reach a level where I could actually work, have a real business meeting, have real meaningful discussions in Thai. And to me that was I think the most worthy investment I've ever made here. It was to really invest in mastering the language up to the level where I can really work effectively in Thai.
Wow. And apart from the language, is that any important factor in order to work with Thais?
Yes, you need to be extremely patient. Don't expect things to move as fast as they would move in Europe. Things will eventually get done, but you need to accept that there will be sometimes some delays. But it's better to be delayed than not making things happening at all.
Okay.
And the other thing I've learned also is that once you want to know an information, you have to ask sideways and try to ask many times the same question in order to make sure that the answer you get is consistent, because most of my Thai colleagues will not necessarily tell me what they think until I ask them again until they feel comfortable to express themselves.
I see.
So if I want to know really a real fact, I need to ask in many different ways to make sure I get a full picture.
I see. So this is only some tips of living and working with
Yes.
Thais. What about their personal lifestyle?
Well, I think it's in terms of personal lifestyle, this is one of the best countries to live in here. I meet many expatriates who've been in other countries. Those, wherever they come from, when they arrive in Thailand, they always say this is so much better than the place I was before. But the hardest part is for the expat who need to leave Thailand to go to another countries because it can only get worse from there.
Okay, wow. Okay, and now what we are sitting right now is to interview you and talking about your successful business here. So could you tell us more on about Sodexo? So what is it actually?
Well, first of all, thanks for saying that I'm successful. Well, the company is actually a French company, created 48 years ago. And today we are the largest French employer in the world. So if you count by number of staff, we are the number one French company in the world with 420,000 people working for the group in 84 countries, including 3,000 people in Thailand.
Okay, so basically what are products or service that you are offering to customers?
Well, we like to say that Sodexo is in the business of improving the quality of life. So what does it mean to improve the quality of life? It's first of all improving the quality of life of our customers, people who come to our restaurants every day, people who use a building. We need to make sure that the medical equipment are working well, that the air conditioning is at the right temperature, that all the utilities are in good working order. So we are here to improve the quality of life of our clients, but also our staff as well.
I see.
So really the services we provide would be, as I say, very wide. It's mainly technical services, so maintenance of anything in the building, from the lift to the chillers, the air conditioning system, the electrical system. The catering, so we provide food services for hospitals, for schools, for universities, for factories, and of course also other type of support services like cleaning and security and or landscaping. So it's really all the services that you never notice when you go to a building. I don't think you would pay attention to the logo on the uniform of the technician or the person who come and serve the food if you're in a hospital. But all of these people will be employed by Sodexo.
Wow. Okay. From what you mentioned, I can cover a very large number of companies and also industry.
Yes.
So who are basically, the target customers of Sodexo?
So we have a very strong presence in hospitals. If I ask you to name all the top 10 hospitals in Thailand, they are all Sodexo customers. We are at Samitivet Hospital here. The whole Samitivet group, whether it's Samitivet Sukhumvit, Sinakalin, Sriracha, Thonburi, B&H, they are all using Sodexo services. So hospital is really one of the key target market for Sodexo, followed closely by education facilities, whether it's universities, international schools, but we also have clients in the hotel industry. You may not notice it because usually we will wear the hotel uniform, but if you go to hotels like Holiday Inn Express, for example, many of the back office support staff, the housekeepers, the technicians and so on, will be employed by Sodexo. If you go to Impact Nung Tong Thani, all the technicians who maintain the air conditioning, the electrical system of the whole complex are employed by Sodexo.
Wow. Yeah, from what you mentioned, I guess so many people don't really notice that, people and service providers are from Sodexo, which is one of the service provider of the improving quality of life in Thailand here. So my next question, which is really interesting, so what is the gap, or the opportunity in this market, for Sodexo?
Opportunities are huge because until 10 years, 20 years ago, many of the main facilities, whether they're hospitals or universities, will tend to hire their own staff. They would hire their own technicians, their own cooks and so on. But nowadays, if you're a hospital, it's difficult enough to recruit doctors, to recruit nurses. You don't want to have to worry about recruiting cooks, recruiting nutritionists, recruiting technicians. And also you don't want to have to invest in all the training and all the latest technology associated because it doesn't look that difficult to prepare a meal, but if you're in a hospital environment, you need to make sure you prepare a meal that fits the doctor's orders. And to do that, you need to make sure you have the right nutritionist who will prepare the right recipe according to the doctor's orders. So hospitals don't want to invest into this level of specialization, and now it's well accepted that there are international companies like Sodexo that can provide the type of level of services that hospital expect. So that's where the opportunity is. You see that in Thailand, many hospitals are focusing on medical tourism. In order to be able to attract medical tourism, you need to make sure that you have all the departments within your hospital will be up to international standards. So you need to have top doctors, you need to have top equipment, but also you need to have service providers up to the right levels. That's where we see opportunities.
Okay, so what is medical tourism?
Well, you will see that some hospitals in the last 5 to 10 years have done a lot of effort in attracting tourists from, let's say, the Middle East, especially after September 11.
Yeah.
Prior to that, a lot of people from the Middle East will go and get treatment in the US. Now, after September 11, it has been much more difficult for people in the Middle East to get visa to go to the United States. And they found out that you could actually get a treatment of a very high quality in Thailand for a fraction of the price you would pay in the US. So a lot of hospitals have been able to attract a lot of clients from the Middle East, but also from Europe, and also for all the neighboring countries. You would see that in a place like here in Samitivet, Sukhumvit, there will be a lot of clients from Myanmar, for example. There will be a lot of Japanese clients as well, because there's a strong Japanese community in Thailand. All these people will be interested in coming and getting a high quality treatment.
I see. So in order to deliver a very good services, to customers, how do you cooperate with your corporate customers, such as hospitals here?
Well, what we bring to them is the experience we have, not only in Thailand, but also all over the world. We look after something like 4,800 hospitals around the world. And Samitivet, Bangkok Hospital, they want to be seen as bringing international best practice. So they bring international best practice for doctors, for care of the patients. We bring them international best practice in terms of nutrition, in terms of maintenance of medical equipment, in terms of maintenance of their facilities. That's where there's a good strategic match between the image that the top hospitals in Thailand want to project and the international expertise that Sodexo can bring.
I see. So this leads to another question, that is, what is the positioning of Sodexo?
We want to be seen as, I would say, experts in our field. And our field is very wide because it's anything that improves the quality of life of patients or also of staff in hospitals. And we want to be seen, as I said, as an international brand. We want to be seen as a responsible company. So we do a lot of effort on CSR, because when we say we are here to improve quality of life, it's also not only for the patient, for the staff, but also for our own employees. So we need to be very responsible towards the community. We do a lot of effort in bringing return back to the community. We're not there just to make a quick profit and then move out of the country. We're here for the long term. 99.9% of our employees are Thai, so we need to give back to the Thai community some benefits out of what we are doing. Last week, for example, we participated jointly with Samitivet in supporting a small clinic for Kun Michai School in Buriram. Kun Michai has opened different schools in Pattaya and Buriram. Samitivet has been associated with Kun Michai's school for quite some time, and as we are partner with Samitivet, we decided to co-sponsor the setup of a medical facility, a small medical facility in Kun Michai's school in Buriram. Every year also we have a project that Sodexo runs all around the world in 84 countries at the same time. We call it Stop Hunger. So all the staff, all the volunteers from Sodexo will go and serve food to underprivileged children. So we will bring, like this year, we went to a school in Nakhon Pathom, and we brought 300 staff, and we brought meals to, I think, a large number of kids. So these are the things we do to try to help the community.
Okay, so these are only some of the projects that Sodexo is doing for the community, and especially for Thai employees, which all belong to Sodexo. However, for now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back and we'll talk more to Arnaud how he's building his business not only in domestic country but also in international arena. So please stay tuned on Be My Guest.